Oh, hi everyone. This video, I'm going to share with you about our family traditions. In our family, like I have three brothers and I have one sister. So we are five children in the family. But our tradition comes from our mother. When we were little, I remember my mother. We have a San Jose like every year, and that San Jose, we have a San Jose celebration happen in 2 years, and that is in the month of February. And one is for my brother, our eldest brother, and the other one is my younger sister. So this is the tradition that my mom passed to us. So when we were little, I remember my mom have this prayer every night for nine consecutive nights to pray for Senior San Jose. And her friend led the prayer, and we were there, me and my sister and my brothers, also listening and repeating the prayers like for 8 nights, because in the 9 days where the celebration happened, like we have the San Jose. The reason why my mom have this tradition that she keep it until we grow up, until we get married, until she died, the tradition was always there, and every year she carried it to my sister. The reason she have that one, for one thing, for my sister is because my sister, when she get pregnant, when she have that, my sister in her tummy, she have a hard time delivering that baby. So she promised to the Almighty God, like to make a sacrifice, and it's a sort of sacrifice for offer for for saying like thank you that the baby is okay, and she's as a mom also in that 50-50 situation that she survived on that delivery in the delivery room. So she is like promising to God that she's thankful for the one. She make a tradition, to celebrate that birthday of my younger sister. And it's a sort of prayer and inviting neighbors and friends, to celebrate that day in the last prayer in the 9 days. Last prayer, to celebrate and to eat. She prepared food for that. So I know for Filipinos, like San Jose is very popular in our country. So it's one thing that we have in our family, birthday tradition. And another one is my mom also celebrated birthday in February with my brother, our elder brother. She also having a San Jose for him, just to be thankful, because she is like she's doing that to him because he's a good son, good son and a good kid at the time. He's the eldest one, but he is the one helping he's the one helping his siblings, the younger siblings, to send school, to buy clothing. And so my mom is very thankful for God about him. So he prepared also a San Jose for him, like every month. I don't remember San Jose or just like a celebrate for his birthday. And for me, of course, my mom had a tradition for me. Like a tradition is just like she visited every year or every month, every 13th of the month. Went to the church and devoted to Senior Santo Niño. That was for me too. Senior Santo Niño for my division, for her division, devotion for me. Like, by just offering to God, praying to God that I will be in a good place, wherever I will get older or I will get married, like I will be, in a good hand of somebody. So this is what she's wishing and praying for me too. And I believe, guys, the tradition is really very important. Either you celebrate your birthday with a party or making foods for everyone, for everybody, for your friends and your neighbors, inviting them, for your family. It's really very important, especially if you alongside it, if you mix it with the prayers, guys, I 100% sure that prayers is really helpful. The prayers of our parents, the parents, their prayers about us, for us, the prayers that our parents sacrifice, that is really worth it at the very end of your life. So that is our family traditions. The good thing about the family traditions where my mother started for the one is just it brings the whole families, when the time, the celebration brings the whole families, neighbors and friends. So that kind of celebration, it's really very, it's really very like you feel important, and you feel like like you feel like you accomplished something in the day. And not only that, it's a bring the family's tradition. Also, it's to establish a foundation of a family good bonding experience. The bonding experience to open up each other's needs and love. So that's also like a good thing about the tradition. Tradition is just easy to prepare. It's just it's a repeatable kind of repeatable, and it's landed only like every once in a year in the same time and in the same way. So you only have to practice it to have it like every year, no matter what. You have money or not. God, once you sacrifice for the one, God will not let you bring envy during that celebration that you prepared. God is really good. Like God will always provide you. If you are willing to sacrifice, put some prayers, and do something as a tradition for the family, and it brings a sense. So when we have that when we were little, I feel like there is when my mother lost her life, when she died, I feel like the tradition that she brought to us when we were little, it brings me a sense of continuity, a sense of continuity. So that sense of continuity, I carried it, my sister carried it, and my brother carried it, and my other brother carried it. And another tradition that my mother was having, aside from the birthdays, also one thing is a fiesta. Every year she has to celebrate or prepare food during fiesta in the city, where we live in the Dumaguete city, which is on November 25th. Like the Santa Catalina, they said like she also preferred for one. This is also one way for her, to be thankful together, everything's okay and healthy. So prayer, a lot of prayers, things like that, and she promised that one, to keep the commitment every year in the same time, in the same way, and this is one vision. So by saying that to our parents, it brings us a sense of continuity across generations. So I carried it my sister carried it. We still have the San Jose going on, and even for my kids and my sister kids, she still have to do the San Jose for her kids. So we carry the traditions, the values from the family, the history from one generation to the next. So we are let our kids, our children also experience that every year so that they will carry over it. So it's a tradition. So for me, based on my experience, when I look back to my mom, tradition really is very important. And I realize like how tradition help your families, outcomes, whatever problems they have. Sometimes the traditions that you carry from your family, when you pass it to the generation to the next generation, I feel like there is a lot in your life, like a lot in your life. There's a good things happen in your life, despite of a situation. There is a problem, or whatever. There's always a problem in a life, but there is always a solution, always a luck, or like always lucky, or always like you are blessed. So there's always you have that sense of of forthcoming in your life, that thing it happened to you because of this tradition that you carried from your parents, and you carry it to you and you pass it to your children. So it's a history of the family, where the family gathers together, gather together. And also it's the memories that everyone cherishes, and everyone is attempting to carry on. So I have that feeling still, like since I got married out in the family, I feel like no, this is my mother used to do to us when we were little. So I value that tradition that she started. So I carried it, my sister carried it, and I will pass it to my kids too at the same time. So that's the good thing about tradition, guys. And I'm 100% believer that tradition is really good in the family. So if you don't have a tradition now in your family, I will encourage you to get one. You just celebrate, either birthdays, either you offer one. If there is second there to help you in your life, it's not too late. You can start now. To create your own traditions and pass it to your kids, to their next generation. Because I believe traditions is very important in the family, especially there is a prayer for the one. Everything you do in your life, sometimes you can handle it. Whatever life throw you, whether good or bad, you can handle it. And I want to tell you something. There is always a luck. There is always like blessings coming. You are lucky. Blessings, all of this one, guys, and it's from above. So I encourage you, if you don't have family traditions now from your parents, it's not too late yet. You can start now, do a tradition, and then do it with the prayers, and then there you go. God will hear you, God will see you, and whatever do you want in your life, and God will always be there for you to support you. So I trust this one, God. I'm a believer for this one. So whatever religion, it doesn't matter whatever religion you are, or you are in any type of religions, it's because tradition is your personal choices coming from your heart. It's your choice. It's your choice, like what you're gonna do to celebrate life. This is to celebrate. It's a way of saying, like, to celebrate life and to be thankful that you are here, you have life, and God bless you for everything. So it's not too late yet. So it's not too late. So if I were you, if you don't have the traditions in your family, you can start now. So that's all for tonight, guys. That our family traditions is all in birthdays and the fiesta of the city. So we always have that. We carry that one. When my mother, she passed away, we carried over. My sisters and my brother, we carried over what my mother started. We never cut it off. We never cut it off. We carry them because you know what? It's really helpful, and it's a good feelings, and it's good, bring luck to the family too. And that's all. And thank you.